Hi ladies, so today's video is going to be an affordable bridal makeup tutorial. I have another one of these on my channel and I get amazing feedback on it, and I always get people saying that they're actually going to use it for their weddings, which is so exciting to me. But I decided to do another one because you can never have too many options when it comes to your bridal makeup, and am I right? Especially affordable options. So today we're going to be using all affordable products, stuff from the drugstore, also Makeup Geek shadows, ColourPop shadows, stuff like that, because even though you can't get it at the drugstore, I feel like when it comes to your wedding makeup, you're planning way far in advance, and so you'll have time to order some makeup products online. When it comes to eyeshadow, you want that part to be the best quality possible, and Makeup Geek and ColourPop got it down for a great price, so I definitely recommend don't go to the drugstore for eyeshadow. So I decided to use those because I knew you guys would be able to get your hands on them beforehand. So the look we have going on today is just your classic bridal glam, which I think everybody loves and you can't go wrong with. You don't want anything too over the top because these pictures are going to last you a lifetime, and you don't want anything too subtle either because you want it to show up in your pictures and you want to look your best. So we've just kind of got like a gold glittery kind of smokiness going on, and then like a pretty pink nudie lip. I do go into a little bit of cream contouring in this video because I feel like it's beautiful for photography, and you guys should check out cream contouring for your wedding because I think it looks flawless on camera. Also, if you're watching this because you're getting married, congratulations. I am so happy for you. But yeah, I have a feeling this video is going to be very long, so I'm going to stop rambling. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, and let's just jump right into the look. Oh, I forgot to mention, yeah, I dyed my hair. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's like a rich kind of dark reddish brown, but this video is not about me. It's about all the brides. So let's go on to the makeup look. Hello, my beautiful brides. So we're going to start off with the eyebrows. You don't have to fill in your brows, but I highly recommend it because it's going to frame your face and just make you look a lot more put together, honestly. So I'm going to be using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. This is in the shade Chocolate. Because my hair is more red now, it definitely looks a lot better, but you fill in your brows any which way you want. I don't usually include this in my videos because everybody does their brows a little bit different, or a lot different actually, and a lot of people hate the way I do my brows, but you decide to do them however you want. I like to carve mine out with some concealer just to make them look a little bit more clean and precise and stuff, and then I like to set them with a brow gel just so that they stay in place. But like I said, fill in your brows however you want, or if you don't want to, don't do it. It's up to you. Then I'm going to go on to my eyes. I'm going to start with the NYX HD Primer. The top of it broke, so it's like a lot that comes out, but I just be very careful and put it on my eyelid. Use whatever eyeshadow primer you have on hand. You don't have to buy a separate one. Whichever one you have is great. Now we're going to jump into our Makeup Geek eyeshadows. I love Makeup Geek eyeshadows. They're like the best and so affordable, and they're just incredible. So I'm going to start with the shade Beaches and Cream. I'm going to take that on an E40 brush from Sigma, which is just a really big fluffy blending brush, and we're going to put this right in the crease as our transition shade, or I should say one of our transition shades, because there's going to be a lot of crease work just to make sure that everything is nice and blown out and blended, because we want it to look as seamless as possible, especially on our wedding day. Now I'm going to take the E35 brush with the shade Creme Brulee, and we're going to buff this in the crease as well. It's a little bit darker than Beaches and Cream, and this brush is a little more tapered, so it's going to be a little bit more precise, but still generally just blown out and buffed out as we did with Beaches and Cream. But we do want to build up the depth as we go on, so you just want to blend this throughout the entire crease, inner corner, outer corner, basically all over. Then I'm going to go in with this shade, which is Frappe, on that same E35 brush. And I'm just going to put this a little bit lower on the lid. So basically exactly what we were doing with Creme Brulee, but just a tiny bit lower on the lid, just to kind of keep on building that depth and building that kind of gradient into our crease. So you just want to blend this basically all over the lid. Just be messy with this part. You just want to make sure it's nice and blown out. Now we're going to take Country Girl, and this is on an E25 blending brush, and I'm going to put this focus it mostly on the outer corner, and then I'm going to blend it into the crease as well, but you do want to focus it more on the outer corner. This is a really beautiful kind of mauve-y warm shade with a little bit of shimmer, so it's a lot easier to blend out than matte shades. Not that the Makeup Geek matte shades aren't easy to blend, but you know what I mean. It just is a little bit more friendly for blending, and I'm just going to pop that on the outer corner of the eye and blend it throughout the entire crease. And you want to keep that E40 on hand to blend between steps. Now I'm going to take Mocha, and this is on a Zoeva, I can't remember the name of the brush, but it's just like a pointed kind of crease brush, and I'm going to put this on the outer corner and blend it in the crease, but not nearly as much pigment in the crease as we did with Country Girl. You kind of want to like the more colors we use, the further out on the outer corner that we go. So we're going to focus this mostly on the outer corner, kind of build up that smokiness and that depth there, but then we do still want to blend it and make sure that it's blown out into all of the other colors that we have in the crease already. And just go back with all of your brushes and make sure everything is blown out. You can never blend too much. Now we're going in with this amazing lid color. This is Lovely by ColourPop, and it's just the most gorgeous kind of light, shimmery gold glitter color. It doesn't have too much glitter in it, but it just reflects so beautifully on the eye. And I just think for brides that this is the most perfect, like all over the lid color. So I'm just taking that on a Zoeva flat shader brush and just packing it all over the lid. Just inner corner to basically the outer corner, not like over all of that brown that we put down, but you do want to get it over there. Now I'm going to take Carbon on this kind of domed, smaller shadow brush, or not Carbon, Corrupt. I always get those confused. It's just a basic matte black shade, and we're going to pop that on the outer corner of the eye. You want to place the color first and then go in and blend, because black can be a little bit hard to work with and can very easily mess up your entire eye look. So we're going to place it on the outer corner and then clean off our E25 brush and go in and blend the edges and kind of buff the black into all the other colors. You don't want to use that same brush that you placed the color on, because there will be way too much black on it and it'll get messy very quickly. And if you're a beginner with makeup or you don't use black eyeshadow very often, it can get messy. Then I'm going to take Vanilla Bean, which is just a nice matte cream color, and I'm going to highlight the brow bone with this. If you prefer a shimmery brow bone, you can use Shimma Shimma or whatever your favorite shimmery brow bone color is, but I prefer a matte one, especially for pictures. Now I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner. I was actually having a lot of trouble with it because it was pretty dry, but it was the only drugstore one I had, or my favorite drugstore one I had, but I went ahead and gave myself a winged liner. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to. I just think winged liner is beautiful, and it just ties a whole look together and makes it look so much more clean and professional. But after I did that, I took a makeup wipe and I just cleaned up the fallout under my eye, and then also cleaned up the very edge of that wing. If you're not very good with winged liner, this is a great tip because it just makes it so easy. You can mess up and then go in with that wipe and everything will be as good as new. After that, I'm going to go in with my eyelash curler and just curl my lashes quickly to prep for mascara. And then I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Waterproof Mascara. You want to make sure your mascara is waterproof for your wedding day, because you know that there's probably going to be some tears involved. So make sure as much waterproof you can use, you use. So then I went in with the Koko lashes in the style Soho, which are the most gorgeous, like fluttery, full, they make you look like you have eyelash extensions, and we don't want to pay for eyelash extensions. We want to pay $8 and get these beautiful lashes and look like we have them. So I popped those on, and now we're going to move on to the face. I'm going to start with the L'Oreal Revitalift Miracle Blur and the Angel Veil Primer from NYX. This is basically my affordable version of my Smashbox Pore Minimizing Primer and my Hourglass Veil Primer duo. So I start with the L'Oreal Miracle Blur, and I put that on to fill in my pores, and then I go in with the Angel Veil, and that kind of smooths and glides over the entire skin and just mattifies you, makes a nice preparation for foundation. It's just phenomenal and way more affordable than my favorite combo of Smashbox and Hourglass. And then for foundation, I'm going to take the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. Oh my god, this stuff is so gorgeous. I'm going to put that on my face with the Beauty Blender, damp of course, as always, and I'm just going to pop this all over the skin. It's going to give you a beautiful, flawless matte finish. And for a long wearing makeup, you want a matte finish. We can add the glow later on, but you don't want something that's going to slip and slide around your face or make you look greasy throughout the day, especially when you're taking photos. So I went with the mattest foundation I could find, which was the Infallible Pro Matte, and it is gorgeous. Then I'm going to go in with the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Toast, I think. It's either Toast or Almond. I'm pretty sure it's Toast. And I'm going to use this to cream contour. I'm going to go right on or under my cheekbones, in the hollows of my cheeks, a little bit around the nose, a little bit under the lip, around the forehead, and along the jawline. And this is what's going to start our cream contour. You don't have to do this if you don't want to or if you're too scared, but I definitely recommend practicing it before your wedding because cream contour just looks gorgeous and flawless in photos, I promise you. So then I'm going to go in with this Real Technique sculpting brush. I'm just going to buff all of this out. I ended up having to spray my brush with a little bit of the NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray just because that concealer dries really fast and I needed it to blend a little bit better. Then I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal, what is this called? Miracle or Visible Lift Blur Concealer, and I'm going to use this as a highlighter and a concealer. So under the eyes in that triangle shape, around the mouth, on the center of the forehead, down the center of the nose, Cupid's bow, and the chin, just to highlight the face. This stuff is a great concealer, very comparable to like the MAC Pro Longwear or anything like that. I just love it. And then I also went a little bit under the contour line just to kind of clean it up and make sure we have a nice precise contour line. Then I went in with a beauty blender, once again the same one we used for our foundation, and I just blended everything out. After that, we're going to do the baking method. So I'm taking this Palladio rice powder. I got mine at Sally's, and just any wedge sponge. You can even use your beauty blender for this, but I use just the disposable like wedge sponges that you can get basically at any drugstore, and you just pack on a crap ton of powder over where we put that highlighting concealer, and we're going to let it sit there for a while. So if you think you've got too much powder on, yes you do, and you should have too much powder on, because we're going to go in later and take it off, but this is going to help set that concealer, keep it in place, highlight a little bit further because it is a white powder, and it's just gonna look flawless. Like, you might think it's gonna look cakey and weird and gross, but oh my god, you don't understand, guys. Like, you would never think putting this much powder would make you look so flawless, but it absolutely does. So once again, like I said, on top of everywhere that we put that concealer, and then we're just gonna let it sit for a little. We're just gonna look like a Koko for like 30 seconds, no big deal. Well, 30 seconds in this video. In real life, you should let it sit for like 2-3 minutes maybe. But yeah, just gonna look like a Koko, no big deal. Just letting it rock. Now I'm gonna go in with the NYX Matte Bronzer in the shade Medium, and I'm gonna go ahead and bronze the skin. We already contoured with that concealer before, so we're just gonna go and buff this bronzer around to make sure that we have a nice healthy glow on the skin, and also to set that cream contour in place. That doesn't hurt as well. And then once that's on, we're gonna go in with any powder brush and buff off all of that extra powder that we had baking there. And oh my god, guys, like seriously, it looks so beautiful. I can't even take it. But yeah, I'm just gonna buff all of that powder off, and you will see how flawless and matte and just like, you're gonna look like a porcelain doll. It's incredible, and it looks even better in pictures than it does in person, but you still will look flawless in person. Don't worry about that. And then for blush, I chose Makeup Geek's Romance Blush. It is my new obsession. It is just so gorgeous. It's like a peachy coral golden shimmery blush. Looks gorgeous on the cheeks. It just makes you look like you have a glow before you even put highlighter on, and it's just beautiful flush. Especially if you're having your wedding in the spring or summer, go with this blush. Now I'm gonna go in with the NYX Liquid Illuminator in the shade, I can't remember the shade, but it'll be listed down below. I'm gonna use this on top of the cheekbones and all of our highlighting areas as our base glow. We've got a base glow and we've got a top glow today because we want to glow to the max. Don't worry about putting this on top of powders. When you put it on with the Beauty Blender, it blends flawlessly and it doesn't mess up anything on your face, so don't even worry about that. Then I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Baked Highlighter in the shade Blush Gems, and I'm going to pop that right on top of where we put that liquid illuminator. And do you see why I did a base glow and a top glow? Isn't this gorgeous? Like, we are glowing to the max, and when you see it in pictures, you're gonna be like, yes, glow to the gods, let's do it. Now back to the eyes, we're gonna go in with the NYX Wonder Pencil in the shade Light, and we're just going to line the waterline with this. I went for a more bright-eyed effect for this look, but if you want something a little bit darker and sultrier, you can go in with a brown or a black eyeliner on the waterline. I just think that can get a little bit messy sometimes. So then I'm gonna go in with Creme Brulee on a pencil brush, and we're going to buff this really nice and blown out on the lower lash line. We're using a little bit more shadow on the lower lash line than usual because we want a really, really nice smoky blend down there. So we're going in with this one first and making sure it's nice and blown out. Then I'm gonna go in with Frappe on a smaller pencil brush and buff this down there too, using a smaller pencil brush to kind of get it more directly under that lower lash line and a little bit more precise. And then I'm going to go in with Mocha on a flat definer brush, and I'm going to press this in at the very base of the lower lashes, and this is going to define our eyes without having to use a dark liner in the waterline. And then I'm going to go in with Corrupt on that same flat definer brush. I'm going to use this on the outer corners of that bottom lash line just to kind of tie it into the winged liner, kind of make a more cohesive look, and then also smoke it out a little and define the lower lash line just a little bit more. You can decide whether you want to do the black on the lower lash line or not, but I decided to because I thought it kind of brought everything together. And then just to finish up the eyes, we're going to pop on a coat of mascara, waterproof mascara on the lower lashes. Oh, and I forgot to highlight my inner corner of my eye, so I just went back in with that same Blush Gems Bake Highlighter from e.l.f. and just popped that on the inner corner of the eye with an E55 brush. And now finally for lips, I'm going to start off with the NYX lip liner in the shade Natural. I know, not Rose Brown. I'm trying to use different things, guys, but if you want a darker lip liner, definitely go with Rose Brown. It's the best. So I'm just lining my lips with that. You definitely want to line your lips. It's going to help your lipstick stay on a lot longer. It's going to define your lips, make them look fuller, poutier. Just lip liner is my thing. I never thought I'd be a lip liner girl, but now I like literally can't put on lip liner without, like, I can't do a lip without lip liner now. It's crazy. But yeah, I'm just lining my lips, and then on the outer corners I do go in and kind of shade them in, which is going to give your lip a lot more fuller effect and kind of like contour your lip in a way. You know what I mean? Lining my lips takes so long. I'm like watching this and I'm like, why are you still doing this? But it's totally worth it. So I'm just shading in those outer corners and making sure it's all nice and blown out. You don't want chola lips. That's also why I do this outer corner thing, so that it's not like a harsh line around the outline of my mouth. And then for lipstick, I chose Smooch by NYC, which is a lot pinkier than I thought it was going to be. So you can go with a more nude shade if you want. I recommend L'Oreal Ferris Nude or the MIlani Nude Cream. Those are really pretty nude shades. But I went with this one, and then because it was a little more pink than I thought, I went in with this Maybelline Color Elixir in Nude Embrace. I can't remember the name, but it will be listed down below. But it's a nice kind of browny caramel color. And I popped that right on top of the lips to finish them off. And then just to finish off the entire makeup look, I took the NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray and I sprayed my entire face with it. You can use the NYX Matte Setting Spray if you have more of an oily skin, but mine ran out, so I used this one. But either one is amazing. But once you do that, you're basically done with the look, guys.
Okay, ladies, that's going to be it for this makeup tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this gave you some makeup ideas for your wedding day, or if you're not getting married, just a pretty makeup look to wear. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you to the moon and back, and I will see you in my next video.